Everyone, it's me, B Sparkly Rush, and I am here today, and we are fixing to crafting with B. That's what we do. And I've got my stuff on my skin and cut. Let me tell you what's been going on. When I first got my scan and cut, I bought this software, and because the scan and cut canvas, although it is easy, there is a tad bit. The Canvas workspace can be a little tricky. So I bought this software, Sure Cuts a Lot, that is supposed to make things work a whole lot easier. Well, I bought this file from Whitlock Designs, and it's a cute little file, and what it's supposed to be is, and this is a miniature version of it, this is what I printed out. Wait, there it is right here. And it is supposed to be a Post-it note holder with a place for you to put your pen in it. But when I pulled it up in Sure Cuts a Lot to separate the file out so I would have the mats, so I would separate it a little bit to make it easier for it to cut out, apparently it shrunk the file. I didn't realize that it shrunk the file, and so then I said, well, what I'll do is I'll make the base part of it 3 inches to fit a 3-inch Post-it note. Well, that makes perfectly good sense, right? But then you also got to add in 1/4 of an inch for this little bit right here. And so I screwed it up yet again. So in the process, all of her designs come with a studio version, which is for the Silhouette Cameo. And so I pulled it up in the Silhouette Cameo because my husband's got a Silhouette Cameo. So I have the Silhouette software on my machine. So I pulled it up in there, and it pulled it up at the right dimensions. And I'm still going, wait a minute. So I'm completely confused now. Is it because it's an SGV file that it was too small, or what? So then I pulled it up, just the SVG file in the Canvas software that came with the Brother Scan and Cut, and lo and behold, it came out the right size. So apparently, and I'm not exactly sure how, but when you pull it up into the Sure Cuts a Lot, it shrinks the file down. Well, I got to figure out why it shrinks the file down, because the one that I did, I don't know what it does, because the one that I did Tuesday, which I don't have it here. I think I left it at church because I took it to church with me. But he had the little tissue holder thing. It was too big in Sure Cuts a Lot, so it didn't fit on the mat. So anyway, needless to say, I've got the stuff loaded on my mat. I've pulled it into, I've got it loaded in. I'm fixing to scan the mat in so I can make sure that I get the designs on the right. This is the one thing I do love about my my Brother Scan and Cut. And I don't know if you can see the screen in here a little bit. I will try and there. Okay, you see I scanned it, and it shows you where the paper is on there, so I can move the files around on there to make sure that they fit on the paper. And see, I just found out, believe it or not, that this paper is not going to be big enough to fit that file. So I need to get me a piece of paper that is going to be big enough to fit. So, it wasn't long enough. You can see, I don't know if you can really tell, but right here, that red line right there is coming out past my pattern paper. And, so I need something more than 8 inches to go through. So, let me come over here and just grab a random piece of paper out of my stash over here. Because I got tons. Let me just tell you. Here, I'll bet this one will work. Who doesn't like pretty little flowers? Huh? Really? And it's got glitter on it, which is even better, right? Okay, so we're going to rescan this back in and see if it's going to fit on there now. Yes, it's going to fit beautifully on there. Just going to bring it over here and... Alright, so we're ready to go. I'm going to set it to cut. And we're going to let it cut. The one bad thing about the Brother Scan and Cut is their mats are not overly tacky. And they don't... stick. And I'm going to be honest with you, I normally tape them down, but this is not my low tack mat. This is my standard tack adhesive mat, and it does pretty good. So we're going to let it go and see how it works. And so we're going to let this cut. This is going to take 2 minutes to cut, which now it's going to take a little less than 2 minutes. It's doing my little score marks right now. If you are a paper crafter, I do highly recommend the Brother Scan and Cut. If you cut out crafts for small children, like I'm the children's director at my church and I have to cut out crafts for the kids at church, this is very handy. Now, sometimes it's not worth it to pull it out to cut them out. If it's a bunch of little bitty things on there, it will rock it out. Let me tell you, it will cut them out faster than anything. But if it's just one big huge design on there, it's just as quick as easy for me to cut it out myself than it would be to have this do it. But I worked with my husband's Cameo for a long time, and well, he got the Cameo, I guess it was Cameo 1, I don't think it was Cameo 2, and there was the whole thing with you had to set the blade, you had to this does all that for you. And trying to print, you could print and cut, and it would pick up the register marks, which are what these little black dots are up here. But it was not the easiest thing in the world to mess with. But I'm pretty sure Trey would look at this and go, not really the easiest thing that he would like to deal with. So I'm going to knock this down, put it up, and then I'll come back in just a minute, and we are going to put this together, and we're going to see what it looks like. And so I will be back in a little bit. Okay, everybody, we're back. As you can see, I've got everything cleaned up, and we are fixing to put this sucker together. I'm pretty sure this is going to work now. So, first things first. First things first. I'm looking for my spatula. I say I was ready. Sorry about that. I am not ready. Can't find my bone folder either. Like, I don't have 100 bone folders around here I could use. But I think my bone folder's in the other room. But we're going to use my spatula. This is actually a Cricut spatula. I've never owned a Cricut, but it came with my Cricut scoreboard and my Cricut trimmer. So first things first, we are going to do our score marks. And these are kind of like mountains and valleys. You do one, and you do the other. So you kind of got, see here, it's kind of like in a little M. And then this little sucker right here is going to pop up. And that is where your pen is going to go. Right? The pen's going to fit in there. Here's the little pen. Oh yeah. And actually, you can get you some little mini pens from Amazon, and they're going to fit in there just perfectly. But I don't have any, so there you go. And here is, ooh, all right, so now we need to put our things on it. Now I will let this be known. These are different sizes. I don't know if you can tell that they're different sizes, but this one is a little bit narrower than this one. And then, of course, that one is a little crazy. All right, so got my art glitter glue here, which I'm fixing to have to And, you know, I bought me some little squirt bottles. So I would have some little tiny bottles. And I'm just going to wind up having to clean out my my little craft cart over here, because I guarantee you it's on there, but it's become such a catch-all. I'm sorry, I'm getting the glue that got all crusty on my fine metal tip up there off. And this is my stopper topper. It is a little bent. I've got some other ones, but I like this one because it's got a feather on it. And you know us and our feather crafts. So, there you go. So, we're going to take and we're going to just glue this down. Well, I say we're going to glue it down. Best laid plans. Let's try this again. Okay, and we're going to just kind of line that up. Probably did a terrible job. Yeah, that's crooked. The bad thing about the art glitter glue is it dries pretty fast. Alright, gonna do the big page next. We are not doing live this week. I have videotaped this because I'm trying to learn to edit. So, cause Trey got me the wonderful camera for Christmas last year. And it's coming up on the Christmas season, and have I accomplished being a YouTube sensation yet? No. And so I said I was going to work on pre-recording and editing. So that's the reason why I am not going live. I'm pre-recording in this, and I'm going to edit it. So there you go. Now you know. And of course, I'm still having some problems making sure I stay in camera. So I tell you, I don't know how they do it. I have a hard enough time. I don't know. I think I kind of like this one better than the blue. I'm just saying. I'm not, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's pretty even. If you look on the back, it's not, but if you look on the front, that's pretty even. We'll go with that. Okay, now, I don't think a whole Post-it pad will fit in here. So, let's look at this. I think it's going to be too big. Yeah. It's not going to work. So, I have one here that I have cut in half. And you can do this, let me see, the ones that I did for without the cut file, you glued that down. I gotta work this through. Hang on a second. Let's see how this is gonna work. Yeah. Okay, so I am just going to put a little glue here, a little glue here, and I'm going to push those down and let those catch for a second. We're just going to let those catch. All right, now we are going to take our Post-it notes, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on this bottom page, which you probably shouldn't have to, because that one's going to be permanently stuck. And you probably don't want that bottom page permanently stuck, but there you go. And I'm going to get that as in there as I can. All right, just going to hold it there and let it put my little stopper topper back in my glue, my art glitter glue. I got my stopper topper from May Made It, and a fellow Alabamian. Look at there, isn't that stinking cute? And of course, I do not have my small Velcro dots. I just have my large Velcro dots. So we are going to do the large Velcro dots. My small Velcro dots are at church. We used them on a project at church. I don't remember what the project was right off the top of my tongue, but I need to trim that down too. Okay, so I always just put one Velcro dot on top of another, and then fold it over, and then just let that sit for a little bit, and it will eventually snag. And then, well, you just, there you go. You have it where it's Velcroed down. And there it is. And like I said, I got to order me some mini pins to put in here. This is another project I got for the kids at church. For the kids at church to do for their Project Kindness, Random Acts of Kindness. And so I think those will go together pretty easy. And I think they will enjoy it. I think that'll be nice. Little project for them to do. So, alright. Well, there we go. So tune in next week when we will be doing Crafting with Bee again on Tuesday nights. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button down. Hit the subscribe button down below. Ring the bell for notifications so when I actually get around to uploading, you will be notified. I'm going to try to start uploading Crafting with Bee on a regular basis so you can see what we're doing. So hit the subscribe button. Let's see how many subscribers I can get. Last time I checked, I only had 6. So maybe let's shoot for 10 and we'll have a party. Woohoo! Right? So, all right. Well, we'll see you next week. Remember, hit subscribe. Bye!